Al-IyamoyeTv Radio, Voice of the Voiceless.
Good afternoon, welcome to the World News on Al-IyamoyeTv and radio. First, the top stories. Presidential Election Tribunal adjourns Atiku PDP APM petition to Thursday. 1,441 people died in auto crashes between January, February and March. Ogun names 34-member steering committee for second term inauguration. Osinbajo inaugurates African power plant in Rivers. On the foreign scene, former US President Donald Trump found liable for sexually abusing writer. In sport, the Brownies superb strike and Manchester City draw at Real Madrid. Details of these and more coming up shortly. Welcome back. I am OLUWAFISAYOMI, AJIBOLA. Now the news and details. The Justice Haruna Tsunami led 5-member panel of the Presidential Election Petition Court has adjourned for the pre-hearing section in the petitions by the People's Democratic Party (PDP), its presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar, and the Allied People's Movement (APM) till Thursday. The court, at the conclusion of its sitting on Tuesday, indicated that the petition by APM will be taken by 9 a.m. while that jointly filed by Atiku and the PDP will be taken at 2 p.m. on Thursday. Justice Sam Nani, before adjourning, ordered lawyers to parties to meet and harmonize their positions in respect of documents to be tendered, those to be objected to, and those to allowed without objection. Meanwhile, the court said the application for a live broadcast of the proceeding by the PDP will be considered together with other issues on Thursday. The Senate has set up an ad hoc committee to investigate alleged unauthorized spending by the Niger Delta Development Commission (NDDC) in 2021 and 2022. The upper legislative chamber took on the decision following a motion sponsored by the senator representing Kebbi Central, Adamu Aidero, on Tuesday. While moving the motion, Aidero alleged that the commission had breached provisions of the Constitution by spending funds not approved by the National Assembly. The Senate also suspended consideration at the NDDC's budget until its probe is concluded. President Muhammadu Buhari has added an additional week to his stay in London over an appointment with dentists. Social advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina, announced this in a statement on Tuesday. President Buhari had traveled to the United Kingdom last week for the coronations of King Charles III. The president was supposed to return to the country this week. Giving an update on the UK trip in a statement, Adesina said President Buhari was currently undergoing dental care. The Federal Road Safety Corps, FRSC, says 1,441 people died in 2,6 733 auto crashes between January and March across the country. FRSC Corps Marshal Dauda Abiu stated this on Tuesday in Abuja at a one-day stakeholder meeting on the development and implementation of policy on prefitted speed limiting device in locally assembled and imported vehicles. Bill said 8,339 persons were injured in those crashes. The Corps Marshal noted that overspeeding contributed to the high number of road fatalities globally, adding that with good mobility through the design and manufacturing of vehicles, crashes will reduce on Nigerian roads. President Muhammadu Buhari has asked the residents of Osun to give their support to the government of Governor AJIBOLA Adeleke. In a statement by his special advisor on media publicity, Femi Adesina, the president said the final decision of the Supreme Court on the disputed July 16, 2022 governorship poll was another show of judiciary's effort in deepening the rule of law and democracy. The president asked politicians in the state and their supporters to make the people feel the impact of good governance, where a prosperous, peaceful, and stable Osun is guaranteed as their main task after the court tussle. Similarly, the president-elect Bola Tinubu has also congratulated Governor Ademola Adeleke on his victory at the Supreme Court. Governor Ademola Adeleke has commended the Supreme Court judgment, reaffirming him as the governor of Osun State. A five-member panel of the Supreme Court on Tuesday struck out an appeal by former Governor Gboyega Oyetola of All Progressive Congress (APC), challenges Adeleke's victory in the July 16, 2022 Osun governorship election. Reacting to the declaration in a chat with reporters in Nede, Osun State, Adeleke said the victory emphasized that the will of the people ordained by God survives the anti-Marxist plot of powerful forces. He thanked the residents of the state for their support and promised to be a truly pro-people governor. The Canadian government has indicated interest in investing in the agricultural technology and infrastructure sectors of Ogun State economy. Canadian Ambassador Jamie Hextoff stated this on Tuesday when he paid a courtesy visit to Governor Dapo Abiodun in Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital. The ambassador revealed that Ogun has numerous opportunities that could attract Canadian investors, saying he was in the state to know more and discuss with government officials on areas that would be of mutual benefit to both parties. Responding, Governor Dapo Abiodun said Ogun State is open to partnership which will benefit the state, noting that the state is blessed with natural and human resources. The Ogun State government has announced the constitution of a 34-man steering committee to oversee the May 29 inauguration of Governor Dapo Abiodun and his deputy, Noimot Oyedele, for their second term in office. The inauguration steering committee, according to a statement by the governor's chief press secretary, Kunle Shumorin, on Tuesday, is headed by the secretary to the state government, Mr. Tokunbo Talabi. Members of the steering committee include Senator Gbenga Badara, Alhaja Salmon Badru, Chief Mrs. Yetunde Ononuga, Right Honorable Tunji Egbetokun, Apostle Abiodun Soyaolu, among others. The steering committee is responsible for supervising other subcommittees for the inauguration ceremonies. You have been listening to the world news on Al-IyamoyeTv and radio. Still to come, business, foreign and sport. Do stay with us. Welcome back. In business, Vice President Yemi Osinbajo on Tuesday inaugurated the 240 megahertz Afam 3 fast power plant in Rivers State. Speaking at the inauguration, Osinbajo said that with increased investment and improvement in the electricity value chain, Nigeria could become one of the best power markets in the world. Osinbajo, who represented President Muhammadu Buhari at the event, noted that the present administration has made significant strides in improving the power sector of the country. On the foreign scene, a New York jury has found former President Donald Trump liable of sexually abusing and defaming an American former magazine columnist. The jury in their judgment on Tuesday ordered the former president to pay A. John Carroll $5 million in damages. The 9 jurors, however, rejected Carroll's accusations of rape, but unanimously upheld other complaints in the closely watched civil trial. It marks the first time Trump has faced legal consequences over his stirring of sexual assault allegations dating back decades. Trump, who is seeking to run again for the office of the president next year, rejected the verdict, describing it a disgrace. In sports, Real Madrid and Manchester City played out a 3-1 draw in the first leg of the UEFA Champions League semi-final clash at the Estadio Santiago Bernabeu on Tuesday night. Vinicius Junior's thunderous strike in the 36th minute gave Madrid the lead before a low strike from outside the box by Kevin De Bruyne restored parity. The reverse feature will take place next week Wednesday at the Etihad Stadium, with a place in the final up for grab. To end the world news, a quick recap of the major headlines. Presidential Election Tribunal adjourns Atiku PDP APM petition to Thursday. 1,441 people died in auto crashes between the January and February and March. Ogun names 34-member steering committee for second-term inauguration. And in business, data leader Osinbajo inaugurates Afan power plant in Rivers. On the foreign scene, former U.S. President Donald Trump found label for sexually abusing writer. And in sport, De Bruyne's superb strike ends Manchester City draw with Real Madrid. The World News was edited and produced by Abida Tariq. For more news and updates, you can follow us on social media on Facebook at www.facebook.com/Al-IyamoyeTV and radio, on Twitter at Iyamoye, and on Instagram at Al-Iyamoye. For more details, you can go to www.Al-IyamoyeTVradio.com. Thank you for listening. I remain OLUWAFISAYOMI. AJIBOLA, good afternoon.